Hello. So we are on day 2 of our reset, and today I want to tell you about something called a habit tracker. Now, firstly, this is primarily about motivation, and a lot of you I know really do struggle with motivation. Now, there can be lots of causes for that. I would say the last 2 years with all the COVID, it's just sort of gone on, and the sort of extra stress and pressure that puts on people can result in you feeling less motivated. It's also quite a common menopause symptom because your sex hormones have actually got influence your drive to do things, to actually get stuff done, to be motivated to work at stuff. And I would say that's one of the biggest things that I've struggled with in the last 5 years, really, without even having any idea that you just blame yourself, don't you? You have no idea that there's actually a real cause or biological cause for something. And definitely, a lot of women really are quite hard on themselves and say, oh, God, I've got no willpower, as if it's a personal failing of your own character. But actually, there are some genuine things at play with your health and your body and the way it changes that can affect your drive to actually do stuff. And that in turn affects your motivation. You can't be bothered to work out, you can't be bothered to spend time in the kitchen, you can't be bothered to cook a healthy meal at the end of a busy day. You really just feel like you don't have the capacity for that. And a lot of what we're doing with this programme, or a lot of the things that we've done all the way through it, are really designed to help with the motivation. So looking at small goals rather than big goals can help keep you motivated because they feel more achievable. Doing small things, so starting with 15 minutes of exercise rather than diving into sort of big full hour jobs, can also help with your motivation because it feels easier. There's less of a barrier to do it. And one of the other things that you can use is something that can be really powerful, which is called a habit tracker. Now, I think it was a couple of days ago when I said, have a think about the 2 or 3 small things that you want to do for 5 days. And that could be, doing a 15-minute workout every day. It could be not taking the kids' food or eating the kids' leftovers and putting them straight in the bin. It could be eating extra fruit and vegetables, making your lunch, making your dinner, whatever it would be. And the more specific, the better. We talked about specifics with goals. If you just say eat healthier, then I'm not really giving myself any directions about how to eat healthier. So your habits that you need to start to think about, or the actions that you're going to do over the next 5 days, have to be very specific. So you'd have to decide what eating healthier meant for you. And it might be that you watch your portion sizes, you cook from scratch, you don't order takeout, and you eat something that's relatively healthy like a soup instead that might be sort of pre-packaged. But you get the gist, don't you? So be specific. And then you want to settle on 2 or 3 of those things. So for the purpose of this, I'm going to say that I'm going to work out at lunchtime. I'm not going to eat my daughter's leftovers. There's always loads. She eats like a bird. And I'm going to clean my teeth straight after my dinner, because if I don't, I'm quite tempted to often have something sweet. But I know if I have my tea, walk upstairs, clean my teeth, come back down again, it sort of breaks up that habit of going on to having something sweeter. So that would be the 3 things that I would put on my habit tracker. And then each day I would tick those off as I do them. And that means that I have a chart on the wall. Primary school, I have to apologise, but it's true. And I've got 3 ticks on, because in one day I'll do those 3 things. And then the next day I'll do. So I'll get some satisfaction, and that gives me some motivation to carry on. Okay, so this is real psychology that really does work with your brain. And then what I would aim to do is then have a full streak of 15 ticks, 1 in each, 3 a day for 5 days. And I'm going to go for that streak, and you start to feel quite motivated then to carry on. So this can be a tactic that really helps you make those small changes and make them every day. And that's why it's called a habit tracker, because you're trying to get these things to feel quite automatic and create new good habits, like doing 15 minutes of exercise every day, or break old bad ones, like eating your daughter's leftovers. And that's what you're trying to do, get this streak. And it's a way of building up your motivation to do that. one of the things that I've also noticed is, you might relate to this, but with like menopause, you can be up and down, your moods can change. So some days you can feel really flat, other days you can feel great and you're killing it and you're doing everything that you should do. The next day you feel like your whole world's changed and everything's awful and you can't do it and you're useless and you can't actually remember that yesterday was a good day. You feel like your whole life it feels like this bad day. Whereas tomorrow you probably feel okay again and you're really up and down. And I found it very useful to have that habit tracker in a visible place, because then I can have a bad day and then I can think, no, I just feel like this today. Yesterday was fine. I did all these things. I am getting somewhere. Tomorrow will probably be fine. So I'll carry on. Today I can even carry on if I need to. So I found this being a really powerful thing to help with menopause. If you have those up and down days where you've got motivation one day and then useless or no energy, or whatever it is for you on the next day, you've got some perspective, you've got some context that's very easy to find and easy to see. You need it sort of sat in a visible place, or something like a journal that you're going to be able to look at on a regular basis throughout the day, and be that prompt and be that reminder to remind you that when you are not all there, and things are a bit blacker, that actually you're doing all right, and it's worth its weight in gold if that's something that you find that you suffer from. So I can't attach files into Facebook posts with videos in. So I've got a separate post that will go in the group with a little written version of this that's got the habit tracker in that. So you'll be able to download that, fill it in for your version of what your habits are, and start to track them. And your task today is to print it off and then tell me that you've used the habit tracker and it's there and it's ready to go. Okay, that's me done for now. I'll see you soon. All right, bye now.